the stubborn Brighton once again shows what they are capable of doing. Arsenal in Emirates Sports Stadium, their home, could not register the 3 points or could not take all the 3 points from Brighton. And it was just a massive. Arsenal fans are furious. Is it because of the striker or it was just deliberately because of the red card? We are going to give you more details into that as Erling Haaland registered another hat-trick in this season, 2 in a row. What a striker. And hey, Pep Guardiola continue his unbeaten against West Ham. And this is just a massive, incredible game. There was a lot of battle for sure. And Premier League, a lot of games went on. With me is Sami and Eddie. And we will be giving you more and more depth into the analysis of the game. If you just join us and you are new, remember to hit the subscription button, like and share the video for sure. Welcome back to Ashile. Sami, Arsenal once again, the games that we think they will be registering 3 points. Brighton won against Manchester United, and Arsenal today in home Emirates Sports Stadium could not win against Brighton. What do you think about that game?
Yeah, so I think Brighton have showed the quality for the past seasons, and I knew that's going to be a tough game. But looking at the form of Arsenal, especially also playing it in their home, it was so. I wanted Arsenal to win. I thought Arsenal was actually going to walk over them. But looking at the technicality of the game, you see that Brighton really did not sit back, but they fought. And also the red card also had a very big impact on the game. But I think if you want to win the EPL, you don't make mistakes like this, especially acquiring points at this crucial stage. You know that with the EPL, even 1 point can make a difference. So yes, Brighton took the opportunity. They should have won this game, but at the end of the day, Arsenal drew 1-1 with Brighton.
Arsenal drew 1-1 with Brighton. Eddie, the red card, what do you think about it? 2 yellow cards for Declan Rice, the second yellow card. What do people are saying that it shouldn't have been a yellow card, but then from the referee point of view, do you think it was the right thing to do?
All right. So one thing about this referees, sometimes when they take decisions, it's very, very hard for them to probably go against their decision. We brought out the second yellow card, and automatically a second yellow card is a red card. So I think there is no other way he was also going to, go against his decision. So sometimes such situation happens in football, and it changes the entire game. So that's what Arsenal faced today. Their red card they considered probably changed the face of the game. They were on the right path of winning the game, but I think the red cards counter everything. So yeah, everyone have their own opinion against the red card.
Just to add to it, I think Declan Rice made a very, very, very childish mistake because you already have a yellow card. So therefore, you don't have to cause any interferences. And you saw what he did, and it was a clear yellow card because he kicked the ball from the player's leg, and then the player hit him. So then he was looking for a different way, but the referee they told him to go to the first incident that Declan Rice did, and that is a yellow card. It's unfortunate, but I stand with the referee. It was
and it was one thing that you show. So based on the rules, he was slowing the replay of the ball. And when you are interrupting with the replay of a foul, it's a yellow card offense for sure. I also think the referee made a clear decision. But then I don't think this red card was actually the effect of Arsenal losing the game, because before that red card, they got clear chances. I think Saka could have scored 2 goals in that game. Kai Havertz could have also scored another goal. Do you think they still lack that striker whilst they failed to buy striker in the transfer window? Now it's closed. Do you think it's because of the striker absence?
I think when it goes to Mikel Arteta, he always says that he's okay with what he has. He can use them. And last season, we saw the combination of the players bringing forth a lot of goals. So this season too, he's looking forward to seeing them do that. But then, looking at the chances being squandered, I think is one problem that Arsenal really should talk about, because if you are playing with such teams like this, you should know that if you don't take your chances, at the end of the day, to turn back against you. So you have to be brutal in front of goal. But then, personally, I think Arsenal would need a natural number 9. That would have really helped Arsenal this season. But then, let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. Did you feel after the red card, Brighton should have won that game?
So after the red card, I think they had the upper hand in the game. For a team, your opponent to be down by a player, I think you have the upper hand. But they couldn't stand up to the standard. From last season to this season, if you are talking of a team whose defense is very, very solid, you can't exclude Arsenal. And Saliba and the boys showed the standard or showed up to their quality. So I think that was the main reason why they couldn't exceed any other goal after Arsenal being down by a man. So I think the game was fought on and fought. Although Brighton got a couple of chances, but I think they couldn't make good use of their chances. And Raya too was solid in the game. Was solid, couple of chances. So I think yeah.
As a Premier League club who is dreaming to lift that Premier League trophy, shouldn't be losing these kind of games, and it's one that Arsenal will pay dearly, not right now, but maybe time to come. And for me, I think they nearly lost this game and they nearly lost it as well. And this shouldn't be a point share matter. And that's why City is one of the best right now. And we could see against West Ham was a tough game, was a difficult game for Pep Guardiola in the London Stadium. But once again, they have proven what they are capable of doing. And Erling Haaland netting that hat-trick. Sammy, generally, what do you think about that game?
Yeah, as you rightfully said, it was a tough game. Anytime the City meets West Ham, it's always a tough game. From last season to this season, but every time they always look for ways to lead. They always look for ways to get the goals. And we saw that in today's game. This shows a team who is determined, a team who has the quality, a team who always want to prove to you that the EPL is mine. I can take it every time. And they did it today. And no other person than Erling Haaland. A striker who is on serious form, who has played a couple of games, like 2 games, 3 games, and is having 6 goals. It's crazy. It's crazy. Haaland is crazy. And if you're a football fan, let's give the guy his flowers. For a player to score back-to-back hat-tricks is serious, and he's a goal machine. But then City, on any day, in a difficult circumstance, will still look for avenues to win a game.
Sammy, Eddie, your general thought on the game?
All right, so it was a tough game. West Ham also showed their standard. They were trying to, after they were down by, when the game was 2-1, as you saw, West Ham trying to probably equalize the goal to level the game. But as a class of Manchester City, they stood up their standard and probably took the game to 3-1 by giving Haaland the opportunity to also register another second hat-trick of the season. That's a back-to-back hat-trick, and Manchester City is still on form. Pep Guardiola made one statement, I think, before the start of the season. He said now he's not thinking of the title. He will start thinking of the title, I think, a month ending close to, I think, ending of the season. With the look of things, it's clear that they are already fighting for the title. I think they deserve the win. Kudos to them.
Kudos to them. Sammy, we can't talk about City winning that game without pointing out West Ham, because West Ham had a lot of glimpses that they could have actually equalized the second goal, but then still West Ham, they were not able. Mohamed Kudus, our own guy, actually netted or hit the bar for sure. What do you make up of the formation the coach did, even though he's a new coach for West Ham into the season? But then looking at their play so far, what do you generally think about that?
I think it's a play that every other coach would have done, the formation, because you are playing against a team who knows how to dominate, a team who knows how to score goals. So therefore, what you have to do is to hold and sit back. And when you press them on the counter. And I think last season they did the same thing, and we saw Kudus get a very beautiful goal. This time they did the same thing. Though Bowen was up there pushing, Kudus was doing his best, but then we really did not see it until he hit the post. It's unfortunate that he could not get his goal this time around. But then I think the West Ham team, in a way, is also under new management and rebuilding, so it will take a little time. But facing a team like City, every coach would have to sit back, hold, and play on the counter, and that's what they did. But unfortunately, their efforts was not enough.
You made mention of Rodri being present in that game and could give City the edge to win that game. And Probably Rodri didn't start the game, but then you look at their midfield, the way Kovacic actually handled the midfield was absolutely incredible. Do you think he could have done it much better?
All right, so with the midfield of Manchester City rather, they have the depth is there, they have the players. So anytime even a player is mixing, you don't actually feel the presence of the player. Like today he played Kovacic instead of Rodri, but the boys still played up to their standard. And I think Doku and all these other players were probably to their standard. Kevin De Bruyne started the game, you could see his class and all these other things. So with the midfield of Manchester City, I think they still play to their standard, and I think they did their best.
They did their best, and this question goes to you again. We see Wan-Bissaka actually stopped every single ball Grealish trying to cross in, and Grealish couldn't done anything in the game or couldn't do anything in the game because of Wan-Bissaka. Do you regret Manchester United selling him?
All right, so frankly speaking, Wan-Bissaka is one of the top uh defensive defenders, if let me put it in that format. But attacking wise, I think he's very poor, but defensively he's one of the best. And for him to show such class in West Ham United, I think we all know what he did in Manchester United. And for him to put us up such performance against Manchester City, I think as a Manchester United fan, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. But he's good in that aspect. He's good in that field. And I think for him to be on Grealish, yeah, he did a lot. He helped.
Lastly, I think West Ham defense was solid, but then City outclassed them in the numbers of attack. But when you look at their counter-attacking football, do you think going forward they could do more? Do you think going forward they could do more? Because looking at their goal, it was a counter-attacking. Bowen tried to cross the ball and it deflect the defender and went in. Do you think moving forward their counter-attacking should be much better than today?
Yeah, so let me first start with from the goalkeeping to the front liners. I think West Ham is doing something that people are not paying much attention to. They are arranging the team and it's going to look very good. As I mentioned earlier, right now we see that they have not yet had their gel, so they are still all over the place. But look, we saw glimpses of what they can do, the quality they have, they possess. Looking at the likes of Kudus, Bowen, always playing a very interesting, nice game. Paqueta in the midfield, battling it out. I think it will take time. But then I'm looking at in the next 2 to 3 games, we will see much more of what this new coach is bringing to the team. But right now, if you're a West Ham fan, all what I can tell you is that just take your time and let's see how the team will build to.
And let's see how the team will build to. And other games that have went through today is City won 3 goals to 1, and then Brentford also winning against Southampton 3 goals to 1. Well, Everton lost to Bournemouth, and we also have the new entrance that's Ipswich Town drawing Fulham 1-1, and I think Leicester City also lost to Aston Villa today. And Nottingham Forest also draw against Wolves 1-1. Arsenal game also was 1-1, which was the early kickoff. And also the table is looking bright for Manchester City. Manchester City is leading up the table. And if you just join us and you are new, remember to hit the subscription button, like and share the video, and we're going to see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Ciao.